I'm still not sold on how good Bloodbound is, and I'm not about to pick Ogre just to see how good it is. I think it's Veno. Savage has been doing really well. Okay, cool. Like how they put units on for you. It may be annoying at some points of the game when you want to intentionally lose the round, but I don't think it would almost ever come up for that to be the case. I was also looking at Reddit, and somebody ranked Savage, like some random person made a tier list, and they put Savage like D tier or C tier or something. You always take embarrassment round one, and I was like, maybe I've just been privileged to play with Summoning Stone like my last 5 games, but it seems to be really strong still. Like you win early game and then maybe mid game, and then you just know how to transition. Let's actually have fun with the Venoms. Let's do this. Cast your votes now. Who's gonna get 2 kills and who's gonna get 1? Does he? I think he starts on the right side right here, right? The front guy. Right there. So it's probably gonna be. I actually have no clue. I'm rooting for this guy though. Oh no. Actually, I should be familiar with this pattern. If you play like 2 Drow, it does the same thing. Like they'll aggro the front guy this way, and then you'll take out the back. As long as you play 2 ranged units in the 2 corners. Not that creep strategy really matters that much this early. I know people are hyping up Hood. I'll take Hood. It's probably like a tier 1.5 item. Embarrassment's like a tier 2 item. Yeah, maybe not quite tier 2, but it's really good early. Okay, well, I feel good about my decision to go Savages now. Let's do this. So aggro over here, and then you guys can walk in and clean up. And we now have 3 level 1 unit outs. All the 3 Savage that are tier 1. Okay, I don't know how much the plan really worked, but we did take out that guy. No punch. It is possible to lose this round, I think. If you play like Shadow Shaman and Enchantress and you don't get ult off, I think you can definitely lose this round. But now we have 3 roll chances for level ups. Or 3, yeah, we have 3 different unit chances. I don't think it's Blade Mail, right? I think it's just Gloves. Gloves can be really good with the Veno 2-star. Okay, let's see what we get here. And there's the Veno 2-star. And double Warlock, I guess I take over nothing. I think it's this still. Tusk is just a high health unit, gonna be better than any of these. And you don't want to be playing like 2 Warlocks just because they're both bloodbound. Yeah, this seems fine. Veno might be able to carry us now. Who are we playing against? I don't recognize any of these. Yeah, I don't recognize anyone, but a pretty high-ranked crowd. Veno 1 versus Veno 2. Sorry, buddy. Still have a lot of high roll chances for tier 2s. We have 1, 2, and now 3 still. I'm not too keen on keeping Warlock, but it would be a tier 2 unit. Another Veno. I'm going to roll 1 here, actually. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. I think the Warlock should be pulling his weight now, at least. And somebody's playing 3 units. I don't know what's up there. Getting 10 gold? Well, he's going to take damage for it. $90. I guess he doesn't take much. Tree. Tree I kind of want. I just want to keep winning now. I'm going to foster this win streak. Do this. I already had the 2 Savage in there. Let's give Venno a chance to go off. Everybody's playing anti-mage early nowadays. Kill him! Okay, awesome. We'll take that win streak now. Start healing it. Pretty good. And 7. I don't think I can get to interest here. So I'm just going to take almost all the units. Do this. I think this is fine now, like this. Just getting a demon in there for a little bit more damage. Maybe the anti-mage is correct. It depends on what people are playing here. This guy's pretty strong. They might beat us. Right as I say that. Okay, Warlock, do good things. Okay, awesome. I think we win now. Nice. And we're the ones that get to keep our streak. So early game here, got a lot of Savages. I've been just going for this recently because I keep getting it. There's 3 Savage 1-star units, so it just makes sense to play them usually. Okay, put this in for Quap. I think we can make interest now with Sell. I don't really want Hunters. And you don't really want Quap. You'd much rather go, I think, Shadow Fiend almost any game. He's still weaker than he used to be. But I think definitely the way to go. Excuse the voice crack there. It's funny. Watch us lose to this Furion. We do have the Treant level 2, which is probably better than the Furion, right? And now the Bat Rider's gone, so I think we just out DPS this guy. Especially with another tree ult. Yeah. We'll win these grind games with Venno. I don't want any of these here. So any comps you've been wanting to see? I know I'm in Savages right now, but I'm willing to deviate. Yeah, I'm willing to deviate. I don't really care that much. It's pretty flexible. Most things are alright at the moment. I'll sell the Queen of Pain. Do I also sell the Tusk? I think I sell the Tusk. I'm much more likely to go Venno 3 than Tusk 3. Maybe we should level here just to keep our... I don't think we need to level, that's the thing. Because now these are all level... Every unit I have is now level 2. We just need to win quickly before these Vennos become an issue. Okay, we're sustaining. Okay, we're clearing up the damage. I think we barely win this, right? Okay, we do. Our Venno probably carried this a bit. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Just level 2 Druids are good. Lone Druid, definitely going to be good. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need Sand King for the next one. I think it's a Blink here. Could be Blink Tusk. Maybe Blink Anti-Mage if I get him. Look at the Enchantress here. I don't think I'm going to go for Enchantress 3, but there's a slim chance we go for just a ton of Savage. Nice. Good job, Tusk. Nice. Good job, guys. Mm-hmm. 30 and I can chill. I don't think I want any of these. Any mages popping up? Looks like one. Guy's been losing a lot, but he'll get a power spike in a little bit. Going for the scrappy build with it. I don't think it's all that strong. Yeah, I think we're pretty well off right now. Okay, get the TB first. Ziggy down. And we finished our streak, so that's good news. I think I'm going to do this. I don't know what we really want here. Maybe take the Undead. Maybe the Terrorblade. I'll take him for right now. Okay, we got the wolves off. Yeah, looking pretty good so far. I'm going to continue or start another streak, I suppose. Just trying to go for early game dominance. Is Amped another Lord? Yeah. Veno and Necro? I think definitely Necro over this Lycan here. Gives us another Warlock and then Undead synergy as well here. Yeah, pretty strong comp. This might be a little bit of an issue, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, Necro, go off. Maybe another Necro here. Yeah, really, it's pretty strong right now. And we end somebody's streak, which feels good. Just going for early game dominance has been a pretty good strategy so far. We'll take the Veno. Move back here, and then we'll chill. Chilling at 40. How good is Veno 3? I don't think Veno 3 is actually all that good. They fixed the Plague Ward cooldown, so it doesn't increase anymore, which is just a nice thing. Let's take a minute and look at the... We're going to win this no matter what. Let's look at how good Veno 3 is. So just more health, more damage. Yeah, Plague Ward must be like leveling up as well. I'm not sure how good it is in comparison because they didn't list it, but it's got to be okay, right? Mask for anyone? I kind of want Mask just for somebody eventually. Like, you can put it on Troll. We'll need a damage source. And I know it doesn't fit right now, but I can put it on Zhao, I guess, just for right now. I'll buy the Phantom Assassin. We chill now. We can level up sort of soon. Yeah, we're good for the moment, though. I kind of like Blink Tusk, kind of an assassinate sort of unit. Let's see how he does here. I think Drow is definitely doing better now. Nice. Good job. We beat him. Still at 100, round 17. Starting our second win streak. And this is now... This could be our fourth. I'm going to level here. Just, why not, right? And then I'll buy these other... I'll buy the Sand King Tusk in a minute. And another close game, but a win. Maybe because of the Veno that we put in. Ending another win streak. We're just not letting anybody else get win streak. Some people still round 6 or level 6. You know, maybe it's actually going to be this and this. And then we can put this here. So 6 Savage is what we have right now. I don't know how good it really is, but we'll try it out. The bleed damage has got to be stacking there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is this going to be one of our first 100 games in a long time? I'll take the Drow for right now. I'm going to sell the Warlock. Another Venno I'll buy in a second. I don't know if this guy's gotten too much more powerful since we last played. Would be a good Tusk here. Nice, just cornered him. Cornered him and got it. By the inch. I'll get the Tusk, I suppose. Pretty close with a few things. I can get rid of Treant maybe if I'm keeping this 6 Savage. Okay, did we win that? I don't know what items we get for it. Tell me the news. What is the result? To draw. Okay. Maelstrom here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I want to get some units leveled up here. Yeah, I can use the Tusk, I suppose. That'll be our last unit there, perhaps. Okay, let's see how the Venno does. Tusk, do some good stuff. Yeah, we got rocked. Finally got rocked by some burst damage here. Razor doing a lot. Yeah, just magic damage there. We can try to level to 9 and then put this in. How many? Just because I got the mask. Let's see. That was against some magic guy. This guy right here. Doing a little shuffling here. Okay, lost by a little bit. The Dragon Knight is getting slotted in, which is good. Starting to go away from the Savage thing is just fine. Yeah, they're going to get pretty weak soon. I think we're going to roll instead for some things. Pudge. Oh, we can do 3 assassins with the Dragon Knight. Yeah, I kind of like that. We might get elves with it as well. Let's see. Because we also got the PA, so I think this will be a good combo with Dragon Knight. Probably remove some of these here. Doom can get removed. Doom can already get removed for this. To one more. Maybe for the... I think we go to 9, and then our 9th unit is going to be... Techie's Blink is really, really good. Yeah, I kind of like this, and then these will be added once we take the... Or this will be added once we take, once we level up. And we'll have 3 assassins, dragons, druid frontline. It'll be pretty good. Yeah, I like this. Can't just go savage forever. You need to do some sort of transition. How is PA doing here? Not super well, but we can stick with it. So we're leveling to 9, like I said. And then it's going to be PA. And we have 3 elves because we have the treant here. It'd be a really cool comp then. So we'll get this completed and this completed. Should be kind of fun. Good items for these units. Dragon Assassin. Yeah, I never really thought of this being a comp you should be going for, but leading from something like Druids or Savages into like a Dragon comp. Granted, we got a couple of Dragon Knights offered to us in the same role. I think it just made a lot of sense to go for that sort of thing. So we're putting this in now. And I think giving this here. And now this is beautiful. Look at all these. I think it's Moonshard, right? Let's do this for now. I know it might be better on Dragon Knight, but let's just do this for like this second. Go down to 40. Beautiful. And this is my ace in the hole. Let's see how this does here. A lot of attack here. Damage 210. Damage 110. Let's just see how we do. Versus the guy that beat us that last time. We are strong once again. And good game to this guy. I guess he might be alive. Let's see. 18-3. Okay, yeah, he's still alive. Dragon Knight's just like our last assassin. PA? I'll get PA. Would love the Lone Druid. Like I'm gonna keep this for the Blink just as an ace in the hole. I would want to keep Undead if I go for that. I might just take out one of the Druids. Probably Lone Druid. This is so tight as a comp right now. Dragon, Elusive, Heartless, Assassin, Druid, Warlock, Savage. The Savage isn't super necessary. Let's see how we do here. It's like a really solid comp. Like, this is really attractive right here. And really clean. Like, we have no overflow on any of those. Good items. I think the Venomancer item, this has been working out. The Moon Shard here. I really like getting Dragonite behind the enemy lines, though. It makes it hard to do damage to, like, all of our units at once. And once I get above 50, I'm not going to 10 ever. This is already just fine. I'm just going to roll for getting Necro, getting the Dragon, getting Lone Druid, getting this leveled up, and then maybe even picking up a level 3 Technique. Treant getting Treant to level 3 would also be really cool. But less likely than the Lone Druid. Sorry, yeah. Love the Dragonite Blink. This is maybe like the odd unit out, but we're doing a lot of physical damage, so I like keeping it in, and it's just enabling all of our frontline units and then the Veno as well. Like, Veno has crazy attack speed. Plus 20%, and then also just 80 higher. TA Drow in one roll. Cool. Yeah, let's get TA3. Good luck, buddy. Let's see what you got. Good game to this guy, right? Yeah, good game to this guy. And who is that? Jam? Okay. We're the only people at economy as well. Yeah, 51 gold, everybody else really low, and one guy level 8. So let's just get our units leveled up. It'll be a fun one. There's the Veno. There's the Viper. Drow could be leveled, I guess. Dragon Knight. These are all potential level ups. Do we ever beat this? I guess so, right? Yeah, we do. Really, just barely, but we did it. Our Veno's been doing so well. It's a tier 1 unit. It still can carry you entire games, even without the extra summons. And then, yeah, you put Moonshard on it. We don't need the gold anymore. I think it's just Skull Basher, maybe? And put it on Necro. Oh, that was bad. I needed to get not Lone Druid off, but the other guy. Let's see what this does here. Did we lose because of that? Maybe. It definitely wasn't optimal. We had an extra Dragon Knight in there that probably just did nothing. This is what we wanted. Can probably sell the Dragon Knight. I don't think it's really necessary. Can also maybe sell this guy. We're close on a good amount of things. We had to pass up some Drow Rangers. Okay, we're close with Drow now. Should be pretty cool. Okay, good heal coming out. A good game to that guy. Alright. I think that's nonsense now, actually. Okay, I actually do like the Sun Necro because these levels. Let's try this out. Good. And a win. And getting close with the TA. Three health now. Okay, he's got like a round. Okay, good. The stun goes in the corner. Good game to this guy. And yeah, that was actually a pretty good game. So kind of a hybrid build here. I'll go into explaining this real quick. Okay, level this up. Plus 100. Cool. So yeah, let me go into explaining this build a little bit. Let's start with the alliances. So I started the game out. At one point in the game, I had 6 Savage, which is a really dominant. Like 6 is a little overkill, but 4 Savage is a really dominant early game strategy. And I think I was at 100 health for a very, very long time, which let me get a good economy, but basically led from an early and mid game Savage into something else. And I knew I had to transition when I started losing rounds. Like, you usually can't take Savage late game without Summoning Stone, and I didn't get Summoning Stone, so I knew I'd have to transition to something. So one round, I saw a double Dragon Knight, and the last few games that I've been offered double Dragon Knight, I've always taken it. I did the same thing this game and got it leveled up. So then I started asking myself, like, what do I have that could be potentially like a better late game build? And I'd picked up Mask of Madness for this express reason, and that it didn't fit with my build early on in the game. But I know that Mask is a good item for a lot of carries like PA, like Troll, like Slark. There's a lot of units in the late game that can do really well with Mask of Madness. And I was already building a Druid frontline, so like assassins were in the back of my head, as were trolls. But this dragon really was core to my build. You can see I have the Dragonite and the Viper. Viper was the obvious choice because I ended up being able to slot 3 assassins. I got offered a few PAs early, and then I got double Templar Assassin, double TA offer. And so I started thinking like, okay, I can maybe do 3 assassin. Because I already have the Druid frontline, I'll have the elusive bonus with it, which is just going to be really good for keeping your assassins alive, like your 2 core assassins. Viper is just going to have increased survivability because of the 2 dragon thing, and they'll do some good damage. The 2 Heartless kind of came naturally. I was able to get Drow 3-star kind of late into the game, but Drow is just good because you're playing kind of like a bundle strategy when you're doing the Druids and then the Necro and the Viper. I got Viper 3-star early on, so I knew I wanted to keep it and was willing to commit to a more like bundle strategy. So you just put Drow in the middle, you allow yourself to get Heartless, and then you enable your Warlocks a little bit more to use their abilities more quickly. So the Drow might also convince you that putting Dragonite backline is a good idea, but I think Blink on Dragonite is really good. Like getting the ability off early almost assures you at least 2 ability uses. And then it also lets you avoid stuns that hit like your entire bundle group. Like I basically split my comp into 2 different sections. I had the bundle, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, so 5 units all bundled together. And then I had Viper on the side, sort of as like a distraction toward the end. And then I have the 3 bundle. Like Dragon Knight decided he was an assassin this game, and he just went to the backline, which was really, really good. And got some optimal items for my 3 assassins. So Dragon Assassin is legit, and I think it's especially legit with 3 assassins. I think playing Dragon Assassin with 6 assassins is really hard to slot, because you basically need to have 9 units if you're going to be playing Druids, and you don't want to have to go for 9 units with when you're playing assassins. You want to stay at 8, for a lot of the time at least. So this lets you have more breathing room, and when you have a dominant start like I did, you can afford to go to 9 units. The Druids were just good. I switched to Treant from Enchantress once I got off of Savage, as you almost always want to do late game. The Warlocks were just like good naturally. Venno 3-star, you almost always want to keep. Did really, really good damage with the Moonshard. Just like auto attacks were really strong, and then getting the ability off as soon as possible. There was some thought that went out going between like, do I want Dragonite to have the Moonshard to do a lot of splash damage? And then I'd give like the Blink to someone else good. I don't like Viper or something to get that early ability off. And I think this might actually be the right choice. Like Viper did so much, or Venno did so much more damage than Dragonite, but Dragonite still did a lot of damage and was given more survivability by jumping the backline. So I think this is the right distribution of those 2 items. PA of course gets the Mask of Madness. I think Templar Assassin gets the Maelstrom just because she survives pretty long into the game and has a relatively high attack rate. I gave my next best attack speed item to the Viper, who you just want to charge mana up, and I think Glove charges faster than Skull Basher, and it's just generally better for assassins. I gave the Basher to Necro instead of Drow, just to charge mana faster, and Necro already has a pretty high attack rate, and may actually have a little bit more survivability than Drow. It's pretty close, but I really did think this was better on Necro. If I got any more frontline items, it'd probably go to Lone Druid, like a Chainmail you could throw on Lone Druid. But I thought that the Hood was maybe better on Treant, because once he ults, the Treant is, once Lone Druid ults, the Treant's actually more of an important unit because he can repeat ult. So, and the Lone Druid was surviving to cast ult, so that was fine. On my bench, I was getting close to a TA3, which would be really game winning. I was already very strong, as you can see, but I was building up toward a TA3, getting close to a PA3. I at one point was trying to get the Treant 3. Like, you never try to get Lone Druid 3. And if I'd seen any of these other units besides Necro, like if I'd seen any Viper, I would also have gone for it. I think Dragon Knight and Necro are too much of a pipe dream unless you like see a ton early on and you don't lose interest because of it. But getting these other tier threes are worth it, and PA might be worth it even more, maybe more than Dragon Knight. I just saw a lot of TAs, so it's that sort of situation where you just decide to go for it. Looking at what we were playing against, this guy got a Bloodseeker 3, and he still ended up losing. Brawny strat seems to be pretty weak. I wasn't too impressed by this guy, and we also had a good counter. Like, we would just make summons, and then you would just slice them up with the assassins. That didn't really stand a chance. I don't think it's as good as everybody thinks it is, except it's dominant early, and then you need a late game transition into some powerful units. And a lot of these other units just aren't powerful. Like, or they're not powerful enough. Like, hunters aren't going to do it for you, even though it does like technically enable your Beastmaster. It's not worth it. And then there's the Mask of Madness Juggernaut. I think it's actually the right idea. But there is, let's see here. This guy was kind of scary as one of the other mage players, going for a weird Dragon Mage. Why do you play Viper with Puck? You definitely want Dragon Knight, and I wouldn't even play this at all. Yeah, I think Viper is a mistake here. Scrappy mages. Oh, I see now. Clock 1. It's an issue because all of their Scrappy are low level, and you decided to go for 9 units instead of leveling up the Scrappy, which I think is also a mistake. So to this guy, I would say focus more on leveling your units to 3-star than leveling up. You don't need the Viper here, so just take him out, and that's your build at that point. So that's what I'd recommend for this person. Moonshard might actually be better on Viper, though, if you were to play Viper in this build. Or Tinker. I don't think it actually goes on Shadow Fiend. Why do you put this on Crystal Maiden? I guess because they were seeing my comp with Assassins, but there are comps that will never attack your Crystal Maiden. I would probably put this on a unit with survivability, like maybe Viper or some other frontliner like Timbersaw that's going to survive for a while. The cooldown you don't put on Puck because Puck's cooldown's like 0 already. I think you definitely put the Essence on Razor because Razor's cooldown is 10, and with the Razor 3, if you frontline them, you can use double ability within 10 seconds, I think. So that's definitely a mistake. Like, this is definitely a mistake. This one is debatable. And I actually don't know if you want Blink on Tinker because you want him to keep taking damage and using ability. I think Blink might go on... Oh, there's double Blink, and one is on Viper. Blink... Maybe on Puck, because he uses ability almost instantly, because it gives you 50 mana, and I think Puck's max mana is 60. This guy's playing a Furion, which is just bad. He's playing 6 Elusive, which is just bad. 6 Elusive Terrorblade, it's not really worth it, right? Like, Terrorblade doesn't get the evasion. And you're kind of just trying to distract so long enough that your 2 carries can do damage, but I don't think it's really that good. Went to 9 units instead of getting 3 stars. This is an issue that I see a lot of people doing. People should focus more on getting 3-star units than getting to level 9, because you slot like 1 Crystal Maiden, and what does it do for you? It does like nothing. It really isn't going to do much for this comp, and it doesn't add any synergy, so they should have stayed at 8 and not wasted all that money. This guy playing kind of like a weirdly similar comp to us, right? With some Savage, Druids, Warlock, Dragon. Giving Dragon Knight this, you really want to give Dragon Knight a better attack item, but it looks like they didn't get any. Making Octarine Essence from a cooldown from 5 to 2.5 might be good with Crystal Maiden, so I think I can support that. I think you want to give Refresher to Lone Druid rather than Shadow Fiend. I know that the double ult's good, but his just like straight up auto attacks are going to be a lot of damage as well. 2, 3. I like mages and dragons here. Enchantress. I don't like Enchantress. I think you want to be playing, and I know that you get 4 Savage, but I think that you it's not worth it. Here's the problem with this guy is he's double dipping in magic damage and then physical damage with doing like getting a lot of savages, and I think he should commit to one or the other. I would get rid of the enchantress and I'd get rid of maybe the lichen. Uh, no summoning stones. Yeah, maybe enchantress lichen and play like treant and then like one other damage like magical damage source. Or just like a disruptor. Oh yeah, I'd play like disruptor and what was the other one that I just recommended? Disruptor and Treant, I think, over this build because there's not enough stun here, and there's not enough magic damage. And you don't want to be playing Ench. You'll lose Savage, but you'll do a lot better in the long run. Let's see here. 8 units, so their idea is correct. And when you're playing Knights, you want to probably stay at 8 and just get 3 stars. I think they just got unlucky and didn't get any 3 stars. This person could have been a lot scarier with like a 3-star Luna with Moonshard. Playing 2 trolls with it is just fine. You put in the Witch Doctor. They'd probably slot in the Troll Warlord if they got Troll Warlord. And then playing Necro. Yeah, so I like this build. I think this build is like a bread and butter Knight build with the extra Troll thrown in. You want to play Necro, of course. Like the classic 6 Knight comp is 6 Knights and then Necro. So they had the right idea. I think maybe just bad luck. And then you really want the Dragon Knight too. I think if you got Dragon Knight 2, you would swap out like a dragon maybe for this Witch Doctor, but it's debatable. Plus 10 attack speed is pretty important for trolls. But Witch Doctor is like, okay. Also gives you Warlock, so they could have been scary if they survived longer. A more conservative Knight build with more rolling, it looks like, to get to Witch Doctor. No Dragon Knight, double Luna, a double Basher. It's pretty annoying, I guess. And then playing the Arc Warden just because. This isn't a bad idea. The double Dagon with Arc Warden is kind of cheeky. I think they had the same problem. Like they were getting close with Luna, it looks like. And they just needed a couple more 3 stars that weren't Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor 3 star is pretty scary as well. You might want to do like Breach with Witch Doctor at that point. It's hard to tell. And then maybe the gloves on CK and the attack damage on like maybe like Abaddon or like something like that. I don't know how I feel about I think I'd put I on Necro. Necro might attack. They might have a similar attack speed. I don't know. But you want to give Necro health, of course. This guy managed to get 2 3 stars. Playing a demon build. I guess people are playing this and it's not bad. Doom 2, Terrorblade 2, couple 2-star units, the Kunkka with Blink. I think this is like the modern way of playing the game. Is like you just get 3-star units that are like level 1, like it's kind of what I did. And then maybe like 1 or 2 3-star units that are tier 2. Play like a couple sources of stun, so that's like the Kunkka and then the Tide. And then just play a couple good carries. So like a couple unnatural carries that are just like high health frontline 3-star units. Couple natural carries, just like good units that are like tier 4 units or tier 3 or maybe even a tier 5 or 2. And then like some good stun and sustain. I think they could have taken out Slardar theoretically. I guess they're going for the 6 warrior build, which maybe it's good. I didn't even notice. It's a sneaky 6 warrior. I like this build a lot more now that I noticed that, but I don't know what the Beastmaster is doing there. Brawny? Okay, so maybe he had a lot of health. A creative build. Like, this is a very efficient build, like slotting all of these things in. Someone who's really thinking on their feet. I think Ziggy is probably one of the better players here. Theoretically, they shouldn't have gone for 9. I guess you need to go for 9 to slot all of this. But you back yourself into a corner by going for this tight of a comp. We also had a very tight comp that required 9, but I only made that decision because we were doing so well in the early game. As for their items, I like Anti-Mage with the Mask. That's really good. Kunkka with the Blink is also pretty good. You want to make sure that he gets it off. Doom with Battle Fury. TB with Daedalus. The one debatable thing is TB might... If you notice he's just dying a lot, you might need to make a sacrifice and just give him a defensive item and hope that then he does enough damage. So maybe the Vanguard goes on TB, and then you put like the Daedalus on whichever of these has more kills. Because these 2 units have the opposite problem. They have like too much health, but not enough damage. So you might need to give them more damage. So theoretically, these 2 could be swapped somewhere. and then making sure the tide goes off, I think is a good idea. How does this work with Terrorblade? Like, if Terrorblade dies, can he then Sunder? It'd be really cool for him, but this is probably the right unit, just to make sure he gets it off. And then for us, I've already explained all of this, but I've been following my own advice. Like, get 3-star units. I was pretty close to at least one more. Don't go to 9 unless you're really dominant, and we were really dominant that game. And then diversify your strategy is usually a good idea. Yeah, we were 23-3, which is pretty good. And of course, embarrassment is good. So that's my really long breakdown of this game. Fun game.